Lynette likes to dub herself the multifunction magic assistant, resulting in a common misconception that she represents a new frontier in Fontaine's technology. But everyone who sets out to prove the theory that she's a humanoid mecha comes to the same conclusion. Perhaps you shouldn't take everything a magician says on stage literally.
Is it time for a magic show?
Although an exceptionally keen perception isn't on the list of required skills for a magic assistant, it is what makes Lynette stand out from the crowd. With the help of her animo-vision, she stealthily navigates different locations, gathering intelligence and solving problems from the shadows. I heard that cats often give people the impression of being afraid of water. If that's the case, they should make full use of resources and complete any underwater tasks swiftly and safely. When Lynette is in the party, the locations of nearby revival orbs will be shown on the minimap. Underwater stamina and HP gained from touching the orbs will also be increased. Lynette's normal attack can combo up to 4 strikes, dealing physical damage to enemies. Using her charged attack, Lynette consumes a certain amount of stamina and performs 2 swift slashes to her front, dealing physical damage. By tapping on her elemental skill, Lynette will swiftly use an Enigma Thrust, dealing animo damage. Holding the skill allows her to enter a high-speed pilfering shadow state and apply Shadow Sign to a nearby opponent. Lynette can control her movement direction during this state and can end it prematurely by using this skill again. When this high-speed state ends, Lynette will unleash her Enigma Thrust, dealing animo damage. If there is an opponent with Shadow Sign applied to them nearby, Lynette will flash to them before using Enigma Thrust. A maximum of 1 opponent can have Shadow Sign at any one time. When this opponent gets too far from Lynette, the Shadow Sign will be cancelled. In addition, when the Enigma Thrust hits an opponent, it will restore Lynette's HP based on her max HP, and for some time afterward, she will lose a certain amount of HP per second. At specific intervals, Lynette will unleash a Surging Blade when she uses Enigma Thrust, dealing Usia-aligned animo damage.
Be amazed!
When Lynette casts her Elemental Burst, she raises her mantle high, dealing AoE animo damage, using skillful sleight of hand to make a giant Bogglecat box appear. The Bogglecat box taunts nearby opponents, attracting their attacks, and deals animo damage to nearby opponents at intervals. When the Bogglecat box comes into contact with Hydro, Pyro, Cryo, or Electro, it will gain the corresponding element and additionally fire vivid shots that will deal damage from that element at intervals. Elemental absorption of this kind will only occur once during this ability's duration. After unlocking the talent Props Positively Prepped, after the Bogglecat box summoned by Lynette's Elemental Burst performs Elemental Absorption, damage dealt by her Elemental Burst will increase. This effect will persist until the Bogglecat box's duration ends. On the stage, Lynette is Linny's magic assistant, but when she's anywhere else, she uses her clever tricks to help other companions as well. After unlocking the talent Sophisticated Synergy, within a certain period after Lynette uses her Elemental Burst, her party member's attack will be increased based on the number of different elemental types in the party. The more elemental types there are, the greater the increase. Ever observant and supremely stealthy, Lynette is quick to adapt to the needs of the mission and the strengths of her teammates. In battle, Lynette uses her elemental skill to swiftly traverse the field, catching her opponents off guard with her Enigma Thrust. When energy is full, Lynette summons a Bogglecat box with a flick of her cloak. This creates ideal conditions for her teammates to work their magic with elemental reactions, leaving her enemies scratching their heads and wondering, how did she do that? It's easy to avoid drawing attention, but it takes extraordinary talent to stay hidden under the spotlight. Quick movements and silent footsteps. Even if you keep your eyes peeled, it may very well be impossible to track the target. Oh, you think that was about Lynette? What if I was talking about a cat? I heard that Lynette is raising kittens at home. Perhaps even at this very moment, from a place you never thought to pay attention to, they're licking their fur and keeping a watchful gaze on your every move.